Welcome to Crypto Minutes, your daily cryptocurrency news for March 3, 2019. We source a minimum of 5 of the best trending articles of the day, from popular news aggregator CryptoPanic.com. Timestamps and the original articles can be found in the description links below.
Vitalik Buterin compares Bitcoin and Ethereum. BTC is like a calculator, ETH is like a smartphone. For Vitalik Buterin, creator of Ethereum, his project holds many advantages over Bitcoin, and he proudly illustrates with simple words why his second-generation blockchain has enough merits to be the most important altcoin in the global market cap. In an interview for Business Insider, the mastermind behind ETH explained that he was initially quite involved in the Bitcoin community. Over a period of about 2 years, he not only began to actively participate in the community but also engaged in various crypto-related projects until he eventually left the university to become fully involved in activities related to the development of blockchain technologies. He later realized that Bitcoin could evolve. He began to study the possibility to expand the capabilities of Bitcoin but eventually decided to take one step further, developing a new, more efficient blockchain. The evolution that began with the Ethereum project opened a framework of options for users in the same way that smartphones changed the way society behaves. Soon after dropping the university, I started to realize there were a lot more interesting things that you could do with blockchains than just a single peer-to-peer currency. And it was something that other people were starting to recognize at the same time. I came up with the idea behind Ethereum. This idea that blockchain was a built-in programming language is kind of what I thought was the simplest and most logical way to actually build a platform that can be used for many more kinds of applications. BTC is a calculator, ETH is a smartphone. The creator of ETH compared the differences between both blockchains as the ones of a pocket calculator vs a smartphone. While BTC can do one thing very well, ETH being Turing complete gives users and developers a broader framework of possibilities thanks to smart contracts and dApps. Think of the difference between something like a pocket calculator and a smartphone, where a pocket calculator does one thing, and it does one thing well. But really, people want to do all these other things. And if you have a smartphone, then you have a pocket calculator as an app, you have a music player as an app, you have a web browser as an app, and pretty much everything else. So basically, taking that same kind of idea of increasing the power of the system by making it more general purpose and applying it to blockchains. Ethereum was recently able to implement its Constantinople hard fork, a previously elusive milestone. This achievement begins the path to ETH 2.0 and could be the first step to accomplish a scalable, fast and efficient blockchain, with the capacity to process up to 1 million TPS. JP Morgan's crypto unlikely to pose immediate threat to SWIFT or XRP. Mere weeks ago, JP Morgan Chase, one of the world's largest financial institutions, shocked the crypto space. For those who missed the memo, the Wall Street mainstay unveiled plans to launch its own digital asset based on the Ethereum-esque Quorum private ledger. Due to its premise, JPM Coin, as the cryptocurrency has been dubbed, was deemed to be a competitor to the offerings that SWIFT and Ripple, and XRP by extension, continually tout. But Binance has overtly claimed that this might not be the case. But first, here's a ditty about JP Morgan's first notable crypto-centric product. Meet JPM Coin. Per comments from Umar Farouk, the Wall Street Bank's blockchain division led, the newfangled asset will be backed by physical US dollars and will act much like stablecoins, but in a rather centralized manner. Eventually, the asset could extend its tentacles to a number of ledgers, both private and public, with interoperability protocols allowing for JPM Coin to be utilized in an array of different ecosystems. Farouk remarked that his team intends the venture to eventually be a multi-purpose asset for the bank's operations, whereas anything, where you have a distributed ledger, that involves corporations and institutions, will use the digital asset. For now, however, the JP Morgan executive made it clear that the novel venture is primarily intended to bolster the company's internal international corporate transactions. Related reading, JP Morgan launches pale imitation of the fraud that is Bitcoin. Farouk added that a tiny fraction of his employer's daily corporate transactions, which purportedly amount to a nominal value of $6 trillion US, would be made through JPM Coin. Yet, he didn't explain what the fraction would equate to. But as it stands, it is unlikely that the bank is poised to transact billions on their nascent centralized blockchain. Funny enough, JP Morgan's in-house Bitcoin cynic and CEO, Jamie Dimon, noted that his firm's cryptocurrency could eventually see use in retail outlets. Bank crypto not a threat to XRP? While this project may have an innocuous premise, many crypto commentators quickly took to Twitter to remark that Ripple's services and the XRP ledger's function could come under fire. Tom Shaughnessy, the principal analyst at Delphi Digital, remarked that JPM Coin is a huge slap in the face for Ripple, explaining that the fintech group's cross-border payments and remittance efforts may go kaput. Yet, a report from world-renowned startup Binance claims that it isn't cut and dried. In an in-depth study on the so-called Corporatocoin and what it could mean for cryptocurrencies at large, the Malta-registered company's research division noted that while JPM Coin has a decent value proposition and network, the asset is currently restricted for internal clients. Binance also added that it is highly unlikely that clients of competing institutions, like Citi, would actively use JPM Coin. On the other hand, Ripple's technologies built on top of the XRP ledger could theoretically be adopted by any institution, as the fintech startup is mostly without conflicts of interest and the ever-competitive attitude of Wall Street. Binance research even notes that Quorum, which can only process dozens to hundreds of transactions per second, is comparatively inefficient when put side by side with XRP and purportedly Event Swift. After further mentionings of the raison d'etre of JP Morgan and Ripple, Binance concluded, overall, the two projects appear to have different focuses and potential applications in the short term. While there is currently no direct overlap on the functionality of the two initiatives, future developments on the reach of JPM Coin outside of its existing closed network will determine to what degree Ripple and JPM Coin will compete. Bitcoin ends February growing after half a year without monthly gains. Bitcoin (BTC) registered a new positive month after 6 months in which its price fell. In this way, this is the fifth consecutive year in which February operates positively. There are several traders that believe that the bear market for the crypto space has already ended. Analysts, however, have different points of view regarding the near-term future of Bitcoin. Bitcoin grows 11% in February. After 6 months in which Bitcoin was falling and falling, February has ended in the green region. The price of the most valuable digital asset in the market grew 11% during this month. According to CoinMarketCap, Bitcoin started February close to $3,440 and ended the month around $3,855. Back in December 2017, Bitcoin reached its all-time high at $20,000. Nevertheless, once it reached that price, the most popular digital asset fell abruptly. Since that moment, Bitcoin lost more than 80% of its price. Other digital assets have also fallen after reaching their respective price records at the beginning of January 2018. Most of them registered bigger losses than Bitcoin. 2019 seems a different year for this virtual currency. There are many new infrastructure projects, new investors have learned about Bitcoin and how it works, and there are new developments taking place in the space. Thus, Bitcoin growing in February is very important for the sentiment in the market. Although the market is not expected to start growing exponentially now, this shows that there is a larger interest in Bitcoin. Nevertheless, there are several investors and enthusiasts that believe that the bear market is not over yet. According to Murad Mahmudov, Bitcoin could fall a lot further. He mentioned that the tweets about Bitcoin are at the same level as in 2014 and that they are lower than at any point in 2016. He said that this is an absolute disaster for the price of Bitcoin in the medium term. This does not mean, however, that Bitcoin will not be growing later in the future. About Bitcoin's future, Mahmudov said, "This bear market will last for much longer. Those that are building, learning, studying right now, of course, will be handsomely rewarded in 2023-24. For the long term, Bitcoin remains bullish for most of the investors." A few days ago, we wrote at UserTheBitcoin that investors think that Bitcoin is going to reach between $100,000 and $1 million in the next few years. Whether this is going to be in this way remains to be seen. At the time of writing this article, Bitcoin is traded around $3,800 and it has a market capitalization of $67.74 billion. Ripple price prediction 2019. How high can Ripple price go in 2019? The price of Ripple XRP saw an increase of 28,000% in 2017, and today it has managed to get a market cap that puts this altcoin in the third place. What is most surprising for XRP is that it managed to withstand 2018 bearish trends, while other major cryptos were holding on for dear life. Even though no one can accurately make a Ripple price prediction, there are some factors that could determine in which direction the price of XRP might be heading. Factors that could drive Ripple's price up. 1. Ripple has a large list of financial partnerships that is constantly expanding. Its network of members consists of large global banks and payment services. Ripple's protocol is used by many financial institutions for the cross-border transfer of their funds. Ripple has announced that it will be adding more important clients to its structure, which could lead to a growth in the size of its market cap and price. 2. The global remittance payment sector is a market that has a value of hundreds of billions of dollars in which Ripple can potentially enter. 3. Its corporate partnerships and widespread availability on exchanges make Ripple a very legitimate and credible blockchain project to investors. This fact could lead to an increase in demand. 4. out of its total supply of 100 billion XRP, 55 billion XRP have been put in escrow by the Ripple company. A smart contract releases from the escrow 1 billion XRP each month during the course of 55 months. The XRP tokens will be given to partners from the Ripple network and other affiliates to help them engage in the coin to promote adaptability. 5. Ripple has recently announced that it will be merging all their various technology solutions into one stack at some point in the future. It was also mentioned that XRP token will have a key role. This news did not make big headlines, maybe because it was released in a time when the crypto markets were going through a rough bear season. In 2019 there will be more news and details about this type of merger. Factors that could hold back Ripple's price. 1. Even though Ripple has an impressive list of partners that are trying its technology, it still hasn't achieved widespread adoption among banks. That will feed on the uncertainty regarding XRP's price. 2. As XRP has a large supply, traders will want to be cautious as the coin might readjust itself after a rise. Ripple's price tends to be more stable in comparison to other digital assets, as it was created to serve more for corporate use instead of individual use. This might deter traders from choosing the coin, as no significant profits can be made if fluctuations are negligible. 3. The price can also be influenced by the total supply of XRP, as it changes when more tokens are released. Can XRP reach the $3 mark by the end of the year? Considering all the above-mentioned factors, many experts from the crypto field from different sources, such as FX Street, Express.co.uk, Investing PR, made their own Ripple price prediction, in which they stated that XRP can triple its value or reach a value of $3 to $5 by the end of the year. Investing Haven, a site focused on investment tools and crypto analysis, has a very optimistic Ripple price prediction based on their charts. As a base case forecast, we see Ripple's XRP price rising to the top of its long-term rising channel. This coincides with a price forecast of $20. We derive this based on fundamental and chart analysis combined. This would signify an increase in the price of 5,300%, which is not a feasible appreciation for most of the other financial markets. But the crypto markets are very different from the traditional markets, having incredible price swings in just one day. Their arguments, that back up this bold Ripple price prediction, are summarized in the following phrase: Ripple is the blockchain or crypto company with the highest potential in the world. Ethereum, a platform which focuses on crypto predictions, has a more realistic approach for 2019's Ripple price change, also estimating that the coin might reach a $3 threshold. As more institutional investors and companies will use Ripple to digitize the transfer of monetary funds, there is plenty of growing potential for this financial network, which makes XRP one of the best cryptos to invest in 2019. CoinSwitch made a more conservative Ripple price prediction. If these advancements take place, then XRP might reach $1.20 by the end of 2019, to be conservative. At most, it might even reach $2. The advancements in this case are the factors that were discussed earlier: the announcement of the convergence of technology solutions into one stack, which means an application more dedicated to business use cases. The Ripple price prediction of $1.02 to $2 by the end of 2019 results in a price increase of 225% to 440% compared to today's value of nearly 31 cents. Conclusion. It remains to be seen whether Ripple XRP is able to reach and top its highest value of $3.84, taking into consideration that the crypto market is highly volatile. Any digital asset, including XRP, can fall from a promising upward trajectory. Hotel chain in Spain launches pilot to accept Bitcoin payments. Casual Hoteles has launched a pilot to test customer payments in Bitcoin. The chain operates hotels across Spain in several locations including Madrid, Valencia, Lisbon and San Sebastián. The pilot will begin at its Casual Malaga del Mar hotel under the guidance of the company's blockchain project. The hotel group is trying to reach out to tech-savvy customers who are looking for high-end accommodations at affordable prices. By experimenting with Bitcoin, as well as Amazon Pay, it can appeal to digital nomads who are increasingly using mobile devices and digital payment rails to conduct business and make payments. There are several options for customers who want to use Bitcoin. They can either scan a QR code made available at the hotel reception area and on the hotel's website, or retrieve a payment code in euros through WhatsApp, which will allow them use a BitPay account to process the payment, deducting their Bitcoin and settling the transaction in euro. The hotel says it's focused on customer feedback and the latest technological trends so that it can appeal to modern travelers on the move. Casual Hoteles is committed to a relationship with its customers and other interest groups based on active listening to the market and the successive generation of added value, with the aim of anticipating their needs, exceeding their expectations and creating new formulas for tourism profitability. Digital nomads are a global trend segment. They're fueling short-term stays at hotels and expanding co-living networks like Roam and Unsettled. Traditional hotels are increasingly competing with networks that allow frequent travelers to sign a single lease and then roam around the globe, sharing communal living spaces at various member locations. According to Digital Nomadism, a rising trend, a 2018 research report issued by MBO Partners and Emergent Research, 4.8 million Americans say they're living the nomadic dream of ditching an office desk and a fixed location. That number is expected to swell, as 27% of traditional workers in the US say they might go digital within the next 2 to 3 years so they can use their laptops to stay connected or work abroad while traveling the world. To entice roaming workers and crypto trendsetters who are growing the digital economy, Casual Hotelis anticipates rolling out their Bitcoin pilot program to its other hotel locations.
Thank you for listening to Crypto Minutes. This is not financial advice. If you enjoyed the articles, please click like, share and subscribe or donate. See you tomorrow for more breaking news.